Hey crew, before I get into today's video, I need to tell you about two awesome collaborations that I had the pleasure to be invited on. So recently, two wonderful crew members, Kim and Laura, invited me to sit down with them and talk as part of their gorgeous podcasts. You can find Kim Scheller's podcast at Say More, first link in the description box below, and Laura Chung's podcast, Awaken and Align, right underneath it. I've placed these links down below for your viewing pleasure. Please go ahead and listen to me ramble about spirituality, making brave choices. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much, Kim and Laura. I want to give you a big energetic hug. And now let's get into the video. Welcome back to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local lightworker. I'm a tarot reader and an astrologer, and I'm super happy to have you here as part of my soul family here on this channel where we love to create magic. Today, in this inspiring PickACard reading, I'm going to be exploring what do people love about you. What is the physical, the emotional, the intellectual characteristic that stands out from your beautiful being and that people really notice about you? How do people like to admire you? What do they secretly think when they see you? So I'll be trying to provide you with answers to all of these secret questions. And I have here a variety of nourishing elements to choose from. I have a selection of cards from the Green Witch Oracle. And when I was shuffling the deck, I was thinking, should I choose the images or should I just, tap into spiritual energy and allow spirit to take course? And I just felt like, okay, let's allow spirit to show us which options need to be shown here today in this PickACard reading. And for some reason, we have a lot of vegetables, herbs, as you can see in the images in front of you. So I think that spirit wants to nourish you guys. I feel the need to nourish you as well. I feel the need to kind of love bomb you a little bit, because recently, as I sat down energetically opening myself up for personal readings and for these free PickACard readings on YouTube, oh boy, do I feel how tired the collective is, how drained, how sleepy the collective is as well. You've also been commenting on my videos telling me that you've been falling in and out of consciousness as you're listening to my readings, and that could be part of the fact that a lot of you have told me that I have a soothing voice, and I'm really happy to put it in your service. But at the same time, I think it's because we're just collectively frazzled by all of this Jupiter conjunct Saturn and Aquarius energy. And also as we are slowly gearing up towards the Christmas Day showdown between Saturn and Uranus, when they're gonna go into a tense square. So in order to preempt that kind of tense and nerve-wracking energy, I want to give you a lot of light. I want to compliment you. I want to make you feel good, because oh boy, are you making me feel amazing. This reading today is also inspired and dedicated to Neha and Akanksha. Neha and Akanksha just sent me an amazing gift package packed with tarot decks. I have here our tarot. Look at this. It's amazing. It's a tarot deck filled with images of famous women throughout history. And the moment that it arrives in my hand, I got goosebumps. I don't know if it's the energy of the women that are pictured here that I'm strongly connected to, but I just felt the need to just use it and create a reading for you guys. Normally, I take a while to allow the energy of a tarot deck to adapt to my energy, but this one was it's like love at first sight. I can't even explain it. And then I will be using the Barbieri Zodiac Oracle, and also another thing that was in the package that Neha and Akanksha sent me, the Enchanted Unicorn Oracle. I'm tripping over my words. I'm so excited, guys. I need to learn to slow down, okay? Uranus in the third here, okay? Sorry about that. So, bringing back this excitement down. As a Pisces, whenever I get emotional, I find it very hard to put my feelings into words. I just feel them, you know? So for this reading today, we're going to explore what people love about you. I'm going to be using the Our Tarot deck. Thank you so much, Neha and Akanksha. By the way, guys, Akanksha just got married to Neha's brother today as I'm filming this, so congratulations. I'm so happy for you. You deserve the best, guys, and let us all be showered with blessings of love, because when you are happy for other people, you increase your energetic vibration as well. So comment down below, spread a lot of hearts, spread a lot of sunlight. Let's beam our beautiful individual lights. Let's bring it all collectively here on my channel under this pick a card reading in the comment section, and let's just manifest something fantastic. Yeah, we have the power, guys. Don't forget that. So for group 1, I have here Desire and the Cos Lettuce. We also have Cancer here, so you might be drawn to any of these elements. For group 2, I have here Divination, Chives, Scorpio energy. So for some reason, a lot of water signs might be drawn to this pick a card reading. Maybe you might see yourself reflected in this. And then we also have Courage, Thyme, Libra, and this beautiful witch's dagger, the Atame. Okay, ooh, water. I just kicked my water. Okay, let's do this. Let's get to your reading. I'm super excited. Mwah. Hey group 1, hello my beautiful Cos Lettuce Crew. So my beautiful Desire group, I see here as well the Cancerian glyphs. So maybe you identify with Cancer energy, maybe you're a Cancer ascendant, Cancer moon, Cancer sun, or maybe you just are drawn to Cancerian energy. Maybe you're very maternal, nurturing. There is something very homely about you. You make people feel safe. I'm getting a feeling that you guys are my group that usually gets stopped on the streets because people ask you for directions because you look approachable and friendly and not at all threatening. You could even have baby face, or you could have very big globalist eyes, you know, very luminous. You maybe water up very quickly, like, you know, if there's a gust of wind or maybe some irritation from the pollution in a city, you easily can cry. There is something here very creatively communicating about you as well. Wow, so I'm already getting so many insights just off the first card that you have chosen. But let's find out as well what the tarot deck has to say. And today I just received this amazing Our Tarot, which features images of women, important women throughout history. And I'm so excited to be using it. Oh my god. Okay, so let's find out. What do people love about my Cos Lettuce crew? It's interesting because it's not just lettuce, you know, it's Cos lettuce. You can create waves, ripples, because I'm so drawn to how the leaves aren't very smooth, you know, they're a little bit jagged, you know. It's like your rose, but with some thorns, some necessary thorns. You guys are very self-protective, and for good reason. Let's see the cards that you got. Oh my goodness, so you got the Two of Cups. And the images represented here are Lady Eleanor Butler and Sarah Ponsonby. I don't know so much about some of the women in this deck. I cannot wait to sit down and read about their stories tonight, but I just got this deck and I felt so inspired to actually use it. So what I can tell you from intuitively, just by, you know, tapping into the energy of the Two of Cups and what I see here, you are a person that likes to play their cards close to their chest. Yeah, I feel that you are very emotional. There could be a storm of feelings happening inside of you, but you keep it under wraps. You're very controlled. You learned to control your feelings because you're very in tune with them. That's the best way in which a person can become a master of emotions, not by repressing their feelings and pretending that they don't exist. That's not being a master of emotions. That's creating a shadow self that will ultimately help you self-destroy. This is actually more about being aware of a variety of feelings, the whole gamut of human emotion, the lower ones, the negative ones, the higher vibrational ones, the more replenishing types of feelings that we can experience as human beings. You're aware of all of them. You experienced a lot of things in your life, and you are able to choose love. You're able to choose brotherhood, sisterhood, tolerance, equanimity, fairness. And you do it from a very heart-centered place. You don't do it necessarily from the mind. You could have very beautiful ideals and ideas. I'm not going to correct that. Ideas and ideals that you like to think of. You might picture how society would look like, you know, maybe certain solutions or answers to some of the world's biggest problems, like poverty. And what do we do with the distribution of resources? How do we feed the entire globe? So again, there's this maternal, nurturing, concerned, worried energy that you have, but worry in the best kind of form, because worry is not necessarily, we tend to think of it in a very negative way, because it's not such a positive emotion, but we need to be worried for the people that we love in order to quickly react and to help them. Imagine the worry of a mother that sees her child playing with matchsticks, you know, or a lit stove. It's important for us to feel worried, you know. Worry is telling us something is happening and we need to intervene, we need to course correct. So you are emotionally plugged into your environment. You've learned how to conceal that, only to reveal your worries, your concerns about what you see around you in moments when you feel safe enough, when you feel this is a moment to emotionally say something or to unleash. So you're I'm getting a sense that you're quite balanced with the Two of Cups here, quite balanced, quite fair-minded. I feel that you're very beautiful and in a very sensitive way, whether you're male or female. There's sensitivity kind of emanating from your aura, from your eyes, from your skin. You could be even a person that bruises easily, you know. I'm reminded of Natasha Bedingfield's songs, I bruise easily, so be gentle. I might link it down below, you know, but I'm kind of getting that kind of energy, you know, because Natasha actually, she's a Sagittarius and she's very like strong and sturdy and robust. That's the energy that she projects, but her songs are very romantic and very spiritual and very soulful. So you could have a very similar kind of energy, you know. Yeah, like a Cancer, like a crab, you know, a very thick outer shell, a very thick coating. You could even be packing a little bit, you know, you might have some extra pounds of power on you. But at the same time, I feel like it's like people just want to give you a hug, you know, or when you decide it is safe for me to release a little bit from my kind of protective shell, people actually see a sweetheart on the inside, you know, a person that likes to bake cookies and make sure everybody has been fed and make sure everybody's warm enough and has their socks on. And I feel it's so sweet. I feel like you could be doing this with people at work as well, you know, you could be baking goods and bringing them to your co-workers, or I just feel like you're very involved. You could be involved in the council that is running your building, or the school at which your children are going, or the community, like you're concerned about the health and safety of your community. There's something very fresh about you. I feel like you are a person that could look younger than they actually are. There is something very, maybe you have a Gemini ascendant, maybe there is something Gemini-esque about you. Mercurian in combination with the moon. So this speaks about deep emotional intelligence. The moon, emotions, Mercury, intelligence, emotional intelligence, yeah? But it's something deeper here. This is like, because emotional intelligence is just Daniel Goleman's way of saying you're wise, you know? It's just a fancy psychological term to say you're a wise spiritual being. If we just bring it down to lay terms, you know? So you're very wise. I feel that some of you that chose this group, because we have two women as lovers here, but dressed in very kind of Victorian, manly looking clothes. You could be attracted towards women. You could be very in tune with your femininity. You could also be fighting for feminine causes, gender equality, equal gender pay, stopping domestic violence against women and children, you know, things like that, ending sex trafficking for women specifically. There is something here about you that is, you know, like you're super romantic as well. Beneath a stern exterior, you hide so much. It's like such dreamy emotions. This is the kind of energy of a person that gets up in the morning on Monday, powers through the whole week, you know, sets society to right. And on Friday night, you watch old-fashioned Hollywood movies and drink a glass of wine, and you put your feet up in really like fuzzy slippers, you know, and you're wearing a very feminine bathrobe, and you're just like I can take a deep breath, you know? Or you like to eat chocolates and watch rom-coms, you know? It's just, there's something very sweet and then there is something very tough about you. It's like the best kind of way of being, because your masculine side is very balanced with your feminine side, you know, like they kiss. The other card that I have for you, the Ace of Cups. And we have here Audrey Monsoon. Again, somebody that I don't know so much about. Oh, I love learning, guys. I cannot wait to actually dive deeper into this. So maybe this is your energy. Maybe you love to learn. You love to just acquire new facts and just like, lots of information is coming my way. I was picking up on something Gemini-esque about you guys. But this also speaks to me, the imagery of Venus. Is it Venus Anadyomene? I think Ophelia, who won recently a competition from me, had this, I think it's Greek word that was attached to her channel's name and to her whole online persona. And I Googled that, and it actually means Venus rising or Venus emerging from the water. So that's exactly your vibration, water, right? But there is some cool energy, maybe in your chart, maybe you're having a transit at the moment and there is an energy influencing you strongly. Something that tempers down that water. It's like your bubbly water, you know, sparkling Prosecco, something like that. You're not just still, calm water. Maybe you guys are celebrating something. Why did I use the reference to Prosecco? Maybe you're watching this while you're drinking some Prosecco, in which case, cheers. I hope you enjoy yourself. So there is something here about emotions overflowing, but holding them in their reins up until the time is right. Highly emotional, very spiritual, very sweet. I wanted to say sweetly spiritual at the same time. I don't think that you know how loving you are and how loving you come across to people. It's like, I feel that a lot of people fall in love with you and they keep it as a secret. People don't tell you that you're just like a heartbreaker, a little heartbreaker, because we have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. It's like you're so emotional, and I think it's because you are so good at channeling your emotions, getting into your emotions, or working on accepting your emotions. The moment when you meet somebody or when somebody meets you, it's like something opens up in them, you know, you open them up emotionally in the best possible way. And my eyes are kind of going in all directions in your reading. You could have certain Piscean energy as well. Some of you could be a Gemini ascendant with some Cancer energy, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon. Others of you could be an Aquarius ascendant with Pisces ascendant, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon. Or maybe you guys just have a North Node in Cancer, North Node in Pisces. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up on. And you had to learn, you had to become more comfortable with being emotional. That's your destiny in this lifetime. If you have a North Node in a water sign, accept your emotions, accept your body. We filter our emotions through our body. Yeah, so there is something here about, I'm calling myself out because I'm having such stiffness in my muscles because I am processing a lot of deep emotions in this period when Saturn is transiting my 4th house, the house of the soul, privacy. And actually, to bring it back towards your topic, the house naturally ruled by Cancer. That private emotional space where we love to retreat from the world, the deepest point in our astrological chart, the Emun Coeli, our deep soul, what roots us into being in this incarnation. Beautiful, a beautiful house. So we have here as well, let's see what your oracle cards are. We have here the Enchanted Unicorn Oracle. I love it so much. Oh my God. The card that I have for you, number 26, transform. And the keywords are transform your life. Yeah, you see here the unicorn, horse, phoenix. It's like a centaur, phoenix, unicorn, all wrapped up in one. Maybe you carry this kind of vibration. People think that you're a unicorn, you're very unique. They haven't met anyone like you, but you're also quite intense. You tend to transform people as you walk into a room, as they first meet you, as they first lay eyes upon you, you're like, wow, who is this person? Wow, they're so emotional. I cannot believe it. Because that's the thing, guys. In the age of information, where we are taught from a very young age that we should prioritize reason and education, and we use our mind so much to communicate, to exchange information, to create information, knowledge production is so big at the moment in the collective. But at the same time, we tend to repress our feelings, you know? And a person that is actually freely emotional is authentic to a higher extent than other people that tend to just conform to the rules of reason, and they neglect their emotional side, their emotional aspect. So you're an energy transmuter. You work people up by pressing an emotional button, and you do it just by breathing, just by standing next to them, just by saying hi. You know, when they first meet you, it's like poof. And I don't think that you know how powerful you are. Or maybe you're just coming into this awareness that, wow, my emotions can really trigger people, and it can happen towards their benefit, but not everybody will react in a mature way to being triggered. Okay, because some people have this awareness, some people are working on their spiritual path, while others are new to this and they don't enjoy having a stranger making them feel weird. So I think that you develop this protective shield around you because some people reacted very defensively towards you. They projected their wounds onto you. And of course, that's not a comfortable way of being. And here I'm kind of feeling I'm tapping into Scorpio ascendant, or those of you that have Pluto in the first house or conjunct the ascendant. So you transform energy around you. If things get weird, if you trigger people, if you provoke them, own that energy. This is what you're meant to do in this lifetime. Try not to let it victimize you and make you feel, why does this happen to me? You know, it happens because you chose this in your incarnation, and you are powerful. You are powerful. You get to do something magic to other people that nobody else can do it. And as I was saying this, from the Barbieri Zodiac Oracle, we have fire. You bring people back up to life, whether you realize it or not. My wonderful Cos Lettuce Desire group. You bring more than just people back up to life, if you know what I mean. I feel that nobody needs Viagra around you, okay? You just go like one look at the person of interest and they go like, whoop. Yeah, I think you get the image, right? So there is something here about you make people hot under the collar when you are next to them. I feel that sometimes you might have even provoked certain weird sexual displays from other people in public, like things that should not be expressed in the public. But I feel that this happened because, you know, people just fall in love with you. Love at first sight, desire on the spot. And you transform them. And you transform them most of the time by rejecting them. By standing in your truth and by saying, no, who are you? Thank you, bye. I appreciate the fact that you find me attractive, but I don't even know you. What's your name, you know? So there is something here about you guys have a little bit of a star quality. You could be drawn to the world of performance. You might enjoy the world of theater, acting, maybe even creating YouTube videos, you know, having a large public, a large following, because people love emotions. They love authenticity. They love drama, especially in an age when we are being educated, as I mentioned previously, to hold that in, yeah, to just focus on communication, learning, education, skills, right? So there is something here about you connecting people to their hearts, green energy, anahata, heart chakra, the heart, you see, the eye in the heart, and connecting them to their bodies, bringing people back into their bodies. I feel that, you know, you gave a sexual rush to a person that might not have experienced pleasure in a very long time. You help people heal as well. When you sleep with people, you heal them. You don't even need to do it in a sense that becomes sexual. You can just sleep next to somebody and that person is already feeling healed. They feel better. You kind of soak up people's negative energies. But here is the key. Don't sit with that negative energy. You're meant to let it go from your body. So you should do regular cleansing, wearing black tourmaline, obsidian, yeah, regular salt baths with rose water as well. Try to go to see a Reiki healer, work with energetic, spiritual, occult teachers, because you've got it. You've got it, and you've got it in spades, yeah? This can even be that you guys, I feel that some of you could resonate with the Pluto and Sagittarius message here. Fire, yeah, Sagittarius, transformation, Pluto, the butterfly. You guys are meant to transform old beliefs, old systems of knowledge, the ways in which academia, education, traveling, religion, and sexuality is understood. You're meant to transform that from the inside out, okay? So the change begins with knowing who you guys are, knowing your mission, and then manifesting something completely new out of the blue. You're my oracles, my lovely babies. I love the generation that's coming right up. Okay, so on this beautiful note, I really hope you have enjoyed this reading. It was a pleasure for me to love bomb you. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next one. Mwah! Ciao! Hey group 2, hello my loves. Welcome to a reading on the topic of what do people love about you. It's such a pleasure for me to create this reading for you, my Chives Crew, my divinatory spiritual specialists. Maybe a lot of Scorpios were drawn to this crew. Maybe you have a Scorpio ascendant, Scorpio moon, Scorpio north node, or you're just a badass Scorpio throughout. Because a lot of people that are born in the sign of Scorpio usually are born with a Scorpio stellium. And I'm actually researching this at the moment. Why is Scorpio considered a water sign when you guys are so hot, passionate, and Scorpions usually live in the desert? And also, why are so many people karmically born with so many planets in Scorpio in that period at the end of October, beginning of November? Stick around, there'll be a video on that. But up until then, maybe you guys like to convey information. I feel that this is the group that was chosen mostly by people that are tarot readers, you know, occult practitioners, spiritual advisors, coaches. So thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for listening to me. So let's find out. What do people love about my Chives group? A lot of things. You're a very complex individual. We begin with the Hanged Woman, Hypatia. They love how knowledgeable you are. You could have, Hypatia was a great mathematician, so you could have a great analytical mind, yeah? I feel like you guys, in the Myers-Briggs typology, you could be the architect, the constructor, the planner, the manager, some of those archetypes, ENFTP, I think ENFP. Sorry, I went a bit all over the place with that. I'm feeling self-conscious. Oh my goodness. So I think this is it. You make people self-conscious. It's that kind of a boss-like energy. When you walk into the room, everybody's like standing up straight and on their best behavior. You intimidate people. The Hanged Man is about you are a person that has been through a couple of really tough things in their life. And because of that, it's almost like you carry the consciousness of a martyr within you, because Hanged Man is, or the Hanged Woman in this context, is Pisces energy, right? So that yielding, self-sacrificing energy. But I think in your case, this is your past, and you've managed to overcome a lot of very difficult things in your life. And this is why we have this gorgeous Hanged Man energy, because it's like your life went in a certain way, and then you became aware, or you had this spiritual moment of awakening, and you realized, I'm in control. I can change it. I don't have to suffer ad infinitum. So it's like you put yourself in a really uncomfortable position. Maybe you started doing yoga. Maybe you separated from a long-term partner that was dominating you in some way. And the healing started, the transformation started. And now it's like you are intimidating because you carry this energy of a person that has been through a lot, and thereby people like to listen to you. You're knowledgeable, you're wise. But also you had your fair share of negative things happening to you in your life. We see here Héloïse d'Argenteuil, and we have here 5 of Cups, yeah? So sometimes you could get quite low, quite negative, and especially if you guys identify with the Scorpio placements that I mentioned at the beginning. Yeah, Scorpios can sometimes dive too deep, you know, they can go too low. They pay attention only to the negative underbelly of humanity, right? It's like they watch too many crime shows, or they investigate something and they find seedy political games happening, and then they just mull over those negative things until at some point some Scorpios end up becoming that thing that they obsess over. So you have to be very careful, guys. Use your beautiful Phoenix light like energy, if you identify with the fact that you're a Scorpio stellium or have any planets in Scorpio, use it to heal others and heal yourself. Don't use it to self-destroy and obsess. Obsession happens with Scorpios when you are not tapping into your emotions, when you're just stuck in your mind. You collected a lot of impressions and you go over them and over them and over them. The way to break the obsessive rumination cycle, tap into your heart. Because it's almost as if you are escaping your heart by going into your mind and focusing on the negativity. But then as you tap into your heart, healing happens, peacefulness returns, you regain your sense of balance, you come back out of the ashes, and you can start anew each day. Every day is a brand new start. And you bring this energy into the collective, and that's what people find attractive about you. You killed yourself many times, metaphorically speaking, symbolically. You had to kill versions of yourself, and every time you transformed, a layer of the ego was shed. You dropped weight, you changed your hair color, you change your political allegiance, you change your religious beliefs, you change your group of friends, you change your location. Change, 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 change. And you clear the karma. Sound cleansing, yeah? Let's do some sound cleansing very quickly. Yeah, that's my Tibetan bowl. Okay, so the world. You're a person with a lot of experiences. You love to travel. You like to take photos of you, selfies, in front of important places that you've been through. I'm hearing that Taj Mahal, maybe it's really important for you. Maybe you've traveled there or you want to travel there. Amelia Earhart. So it's like her family name. I never could pronounce it correctly, but yeah, you guys know she's a famous aviator. And, she took risks. And apparently, I think she is linked to the disappearances that happened in the Bermuda Triangle, if I'm not mistaken. Comment down below if you know more about her story. Let's learn from each other, yeah? So there is something here about you taking risks, you flying high. And like Daedalus, sometimes you could burn your wings, the wax from your machine that your father has built for you can melt and you can crash. So I think that the beautiful part about you is that you rise back up. It's like, I fell into the sea. Let me smear my wings with some new wax and let's try it again. I'm gonna reach that sun. You're just a daredevil and people love that about you. I'm getting a sense that you could be like as a man potentially. This is not so gender related. Why did I gender it? This is my own gender work that I need to do, clearing my traditional bias still. Even as a man or as a woman, you could be a whistleblower, a ghostwriter, a shadow presenter. You're the kind of person that likes to work behind the scenes, and that's where you gain your power. You could be the person that is a very good confidant. People love to seek your energy because it's like by associating their energy with yours, they become stronger and you become more powerful. So you work very well in associations, in collaborations, in intimate encounters where trust, communication is exchanged, but not of the, oh my God, we're in love, not necessarily like that. It's about power here. True Scorpio energy, power. I have something you want. I can help you become better if I, tap into your energy. So you give me something from you, and together we can make each other grow. But what we need is this solid foundation of trust. You have my back, I have your back, and everything will work well. So we also have here the Four of Cups, and it's Gladys Bentley. Look at this. I love her tuxedo, her white tuxedo. This is gorgeous. So the Four of Cups, you're willing to go down paths, dark paths of exploring things that not many people like to do. And do you see how careful I was choosing my words as I was saying this? You could like to experiment sexually and you keep it very secretive. You could like to do research on the dark web. You could like to maybe even do research in a laboratory and go through mountains of research or mountains of samples that you need to analyze. I'm hearing test tube babies. I'm hearing in vitro fertilization. Cloning. What? Oh my God, if you guys work in these areas, please let me know. Comment down below. I'll be super shocked, you know. There is something here that you're fascinating with the future, the world that can be created because of this idea of what is human willpower and control, what are the limits of that, and where does the divine intervene? I think some of you on a very deep level, you're on a quest to prove that the divine exists, or you're looking for proof all the time. I'm hearing right now in my country, we have this fable, like this biblical fable, Toma necredinciosu, which I think it's Thomas in the Bible, one of the apostles of Jesus, who wouldn't believe that Jesus was stung and beaten, and he had to actually put his finger in the wound to actually see that the body of Christ was in pain. So it's kind of like that kind of energy. It's like, even though you see somebody telling you that they are someone, it's like, nah, I don't believe what I see up front, you know, face first. I wanna dive deep. And this can be a really attractive quality about you. It's like, definitely, you've got the mind, the demeanor of a detective. You could even love murder mysteries, or I'm hearing as well surgery channels or something like that. You could be fascinated with people performing surgery because you're thinking about, you know, human beings are so precious and full of soulfulness, but then again, we're also masses of meat and organs packed in together. So it's like, where do you find the divine when the surgeon makes the first incision? You know, or like, you're fascinated where this link between the soul and the body is connected. It's like when babies are born, right? There is that fascinating thing. It's like, where do their souls come from? You know, it's just, I feel that your brain is very preoccupied with these big questions. Some of you could have Sagittarius placements as well. So we have here the Ten of Cups, Wangari Muta Matai. I really hope I pronounced that correctly. So the Ten of Cups, you're also a very optimistic person. It's like, no matter how many times life has broken you down, it's like, boom, I'm rising back up again. And it's that fierceness that I mentioned earlier with the example of Daedalus. I'm thinking of that Peter Bruegel painting, you know, as that farmer that is plodding along and just working on the farm, and in the distance there is this vast sea, a ship is sailing by, and you see Daedalus falling. So it's like in the middle of normality, everyday things happening, disaster, right? Somebody dies. All of a sudden, out of the sky, a young boy falls into the water. And yet the ship continues to sail and the farmer continues to plod along, and some of the elements around haven't even noticed it. So it's that thing about, you know, we're so divine as human beings, yet a lot of like random, crazy, strange things happen in reality. So you're fascinated by the connection between the 3D, our mortal plane here, our existence, our visible existence on Karma Loka, but you're also super fascinated with the world beyond the veil, right? The 5D, the upside down, what is happening to us on the many different dimensions that our eyes can't see, but our heart can feel. So wow, whew, so many cards. These are amazing energies, and maybe you could identify with some of the women that appeared here. Maybe some of these are your like your models, yeah. Let's see right now from your oracle cards, what did you get? I'm pulling some cards from the Barbieri Zodiac Oracle. Saturn, you aged like a fine wine. You only got better in time. Each setback made you be stronger, tougher, better, more prepared, more analytical. You learned how to take care of yourself. You learned how to prioritize your well-being and the well-being of those around you. If you went through a divorce, through a long-term connection that you eventually had to let go of, it only made you better. It was a very good decision that you split up from that person, because it's like you went through a glow up that lasted a couple of years. Or you might have even gone through a period where you completely let yourself loose, you let yourself go as you were processing the pain, and then, you know, rising above. Beautiful. But it, you know, this, from the outside, when people see you, they think, wow, this person is so arrogant and full of confidence. Where does this confidence come from? It's like nobody actually knows everything that you had to go through. It was hard earned. It was not at all something here. you know, have this amazing face, have this amazing intelligence, have this wisdom. We naturally grant you and bless you with this. There were no fairies around you at your birth. And if there were, one of you put some sort of a binding karmic spell on you. And you overcame that with patience, determination, effort, perseverance. You got up and got going each and every day. You're becoming a master. You're very close to becoming a master. You're on the path of self-mastery. Again, if you guys are my divinatory crew, yeah, this is about spiritual mastery, right? This is Alan Watts, Ram Dass kind of energy, yeah? A person that studies a lot in their youth, that is very heavy and preoccupied with the many things that are blocking them, the challenges, the obstacles. And then as they grow older, they become happier, more relaxed. They teach, they have fun, they share knowledge with other people. And interestingly, Alan Watts was a Capricorn. So again, Saturn energy. And look at his evolution. If you look at the clips when he's talking to the public, he used to wear a suit. He used to be really stern. He used to look like he didn't get much sleep last night, you know. And then as he gradually got older, he got happier. He got more relaxed. Even his the jewelry that he was wearing became more spiritual. You know, he started wearing these saris and these Buddhist monk kind of cloths. So it's like he relaxed. He became more Jupiterian. You know, his ascendant was in Sagittarius as well, guys. So yeah, I feel that this is the energy that's coming in for you, or the energy that you're already projecting. People see a lot of opportunity, purpose. It's like, I trust this person. This person will go far. I want to follow them, you know? So you could have your own business. You could, you're some sort of a leader in whatever it is that you're preoccupied with. And I feel that you also had to create this career out of the blue for the majority of you. This is, again, a really big, important decision that you took. Maybe leave one job for another one, you know? Saturn is about sending you back to the drawing board, reconsidering. And you had to do this by connecting to the foundations of who you are, because Saturn rewards authenticity. Again, authenticity is so important for you guys. Yeah, so I have this deck over here, the Enchanted Unicorn Oracle, which was donated to me today. And we have here number 10, Rainforest. The keywords are the good luck card. Okay, so you might not be aware that you bring people good luck. People are fascinated by how all of a sudden, just by talking to you, by maybe even just sending you a message or complimenting you or just being around you, you just make them feel like life is worth living. Sorry, see, energy expelled, yeah. So something bubbled up to the surface. You bring up the truth in people. You help connect them with maybe their childhood memories, their childhood self, their playfulness, their heart, their authenticity, because they are so inspired by your model. Yeah, you're a role model, a leader. You could have planets in the 5th house, North Node in Aries, North Node in Leo. There is something here about you becoming or working at becoming a leader in this lifetime. And the rainforest, right? Lush. It's the heart of our planet, the rainforest. It's right on the equator, the Amazonian rainforest. It's a lot about, you know, it's also, what is the word I'm looking for? It's almost like a treasure trove of our past, how the world used to look when dinosaurs were active on the world, right? It's one of the few places that were so well preserved. And it's a lot about a container of memories, a container of knowledge. Our ancestor, the shamans that used to dwell in these rainforests. It's about lush foliage. It's about a variety of different species that have been ancient, right? And still survive to this day. So this is the energy you bring to other people. Ancient wisdom. A knowing before knowing, something that when they look into your eyes, they can connect to like maybe ancient Egyptian gods, you know? It's like you're a very good channeler, a psychic, a healing medium. And people just love that kind of wisdom. They love to tap into your energy. They love to pay you for your services. It's like you instantly raise their vibration. Oh, and I feel like I want to give you a hug. So thank you so much for your service. This is the reading that I had for you, group 2. I really hope you have enjoyed it. This is what people love the most about you. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next one. God bless. Stay safe. Ciao. Hey group 3, hey my loves, I'm so happy to have you here for another pick a card reading with me. Today we're going to be exploring what do people love about you, and this is for my courageous Thyme crew. You are a herb, so you are not vegetable, you know, in any way, shape or form. The previous 2 groups were, so you're a little bit standing out from a crowd. You're witchy. We have this dagger, this witchy dagger, the atame. You're witchy, you're protective, you're a no bullshit kind of person. We have Libra here, and we all know that Libra has as their shadow zone Aries, yeah? So a Libra sometimes can be much more fierce than an Aries, because an Aries has as their shadow zone Libra. So paradoxically, Arians have this vibe or this renown that they're very like rough and tough and masculine and aggressive and, you know, competitive, but they actually can be quite sweethearts, while Libras, they look like sweethearts, but oh boy, have you ever angered a Libra? Have you ever pissed them off and they're trying to work? Watch out. Okay, so they're coming at you, and they're coming in a very organized kind of way, and I feel that this is the energy that you project. It's like somebody pissed you off and you're like, let me look into this law code and see how I can sue you and all the many ways I can make you suffer, you know? So this is the kind of energy, because I feel like you guys are this kind of a very loving, very educated, very polite kind of individual, and you give people chances, you know, first chances, second chances. But then if somebody crosses that line with you and they keep disrespecting you, lying to you, stealing from you, it's like, you're in for it. And this is symbolical of any kind of like, I'm going to block you, I won't talk to you, I'm going to take legal action against you, I'm just going to maybe, you know, make your life a little bit difficult by putting a spell or 2 in the mix, you know? Although I don't recommend using magic for the intent of harming other people, because it backfires, guys, you know? Karma, right? The law of divine equilibrium. Whatever you put out will be sent back to you in a shape or form. So be mindful of that. Protect yourself by not harming other people, you know? Be a little bit selfish. Don't curse other people, because you don't want other people to do that to you. And you're very aware of this balance. But I think that sometimes you had to put up with individuals, and it's just like, my patience is running on dry, because I'm a human, even though I'm a spirit in a physical body. I am human nonetheless, right? So we do get those moments when it's like, that's it, you know, things have run up to here. But I do think that you are very loving as well. So let's see what the gorgeous art tarot, which actually arrived in the post today, you know, this is like some minutes, I'm filming this video minutes after I opened it up, so I'm super happy to be doing this for you. Let's see. I feel that you are an enthusiastic person. I feel like you like going out, you like going to parties, you like meeting people, you know, you're excited, you're curious. You like to understand how people think, what motivates them, what's their psychological reason for doing the things that they do, what motivates human behavior. You could even study these things. 6 of Cups, Beatrix Potter. Oh my goodness. So, right, Beatrix Potter, she's a fantastic, creative, imaginative writer. So there is something here about, yeah, you're a person of creature comfort. You see all the rabbits, right? So it's about, you like to create a beautiful home. You like to have people over for conversation. You like to soothe your friends when they're going through a breakup or something hard has been happening to them. You open your extra bedroom for them to come and sleep over in your house. You have this very Venusian energy around you. You comfort people. 6 of Cups talks about an attachment to the past, an attachment to the home, to childhood memories. This is a very Cancerian kind of loving energy. And I feel that you could either work with heirlooms, objects of worth, and especially sentimental worth, potentially, you know, rings of famous people, lipsticks of famous people, things like that. You might preserve them in a museum. You could also work as a writer, writing things for children, you know, in which case it would be amazing. Please comment down below if you guys do that. That would be awesome to get in touch with such creative minds. So I'm getting a sense here that you're romantic, you're sweet, you're nostalgic, you attach to things. You're a person that is very into their long-term commitments. You like to be romantically responsible to the people in your life. I think that's, wow. Okay, that's very beautiful. Romantically responsible. Thank you, Spirit, for inspiring me to say that. So there is something here about creating an atmosphere of protection. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm kind of seeing this house, right? That's kind of what my thoughts and my eyes were drifting away to. This cottage-like experience. You could be into cottagecore as well. Maybe you listen to, what was it? The Cottage Tarot, I think. There is a channel here on YouTube. There is something here about safety, comfort, cups of tea. Maybe you're from England and you love to have friends over and give them a soothing cup of tea as you listen to their pains, to their heart stories. You're also quite fertile, so you could have children on the way. You like to create a good, stable family life. You're attached to the past. You're attached to objects of the past, to maybe you think that living in this era is not for you. There is something very maybe Victorian or Baroque about you, or you like to dwell with the ancients. You like to live in the past. We also have here the Fool, Joan of Arc. Wow, so this card. You're very committed to your ideals, to your values. You have a very good moral way of thinking about life. And, you know, I'm getting a sense here of not that technical justice-based morality, but this is more about emotional morality, right? So it's about, I think that thoughts regarding when should you be kind and when should you be just occupy your mind most of the time. It's like, what is the kind thing to do? What is the just thing to do? How can I do something that combines both? And I think that you're also a person that likes to take leaps of faith regarding love. It's like you meet somebody and you wear your heart on your sleeve, and then you work at keeping that connection going in your life. You're not afraid of the unknown. You're actually quite fascinated to find out what new memories could you create by diving into the unknown. It's almost like the future has sense to you only if you can quickly make it into your past. Does that make sense? So it's like you like to keep memories. You like memorabilia. You might even invest in certain pieces, like a CD that belonged to Elton John, or I don't know, a jacket that belonged to the Libertines. Maybe you listen to music. Maybe music is a way in which you express yourself, and especially UK rock bands, because I mentioned, you know, Elton John is British, and also the Libertines were a very famous UK rock band in the 2000s. So there is something here about, you know, going down memory lane, connecting with people, blast from the past. You could even have some karmic placements in your chart that show me in a way that your destiny is about connecting with people from your past life. So you've got like a lot of karmic lovers, a lot of karmic entanglements to work through romantically in this incarnation. For example, you could have a moon conjunct South Node in the 7th house, the house of long-term commitments. Or you could have your sun conjunct the South Node, and it could be placed in the 8th house, in the 4th house, in the 10th house. Very karmic, deeply emotional planets, but also about how we bring this knowledge up to the surface, up to the public sphere with the 10th house there. The Fool talks about Aquarius, and it's an interesting combination here because Aquarius is such an emotionally detached sign that is thinking about the future, but the 6 of Cups is Cancer energy. So Cancer is about emotional attachment and the past. So what two energies can be more different? But you are incredibly brave, I think, precisely because you allow yourself to feel the fear and do it anyway, right? You go for things. Your feelings connect you to your body, and then your body takes action in the direction where you want to go. And I feel that most of the actions you will take in this lifetime are romantic, or they're somehow connected to establishing long-term commitments, you know, where justice and kindness need to be worked out or worked through. People love that about you. They love how brave you are. They love how romantic you are. And they love how 1 foot in the past, 1 foot in the future you are. How you're constantly creating new memories by jumping head first into whatever adventure life is opening up for you. You could be a Cancer ascendant and Sagittarius Sun. Yeah, so there's something here about, so you travel a lot, you explore, and then you always return home, and whatever objects you've collected or relationships you've created during your travels, they mean so much to you. It's like you place your sense of safety in yourself, in your body first as an explorer, but also in all the different connections you created throughout the globe. You know, it's a very beautiful energy. Kind of hard to put into words, but I'm doing my best here. So we have the Hermit, Emily Dickinson. You're beautiful but complex. That's what I hear. You're beautiful but complex. You could be this energy that's why I feel like some of you have to work on your long-term commitments, because you could come in and out of a person's life. And I think it's because of your desire to travel or of your work. Maybe you have a lot of work to do. Some of you could work in the Justice Department. Some of you could work in professions that require you to travel for work, maybe the military, right? And I'm getting a sense that people tend to see you for a season and then they don't see you for another season, you know, something like that. And at the same time, they hold you in high esteem and high regard. They wish that you could be more sociable because you are quite introverted. That's what I'm getting. I feel like you're a person that soothes other people's energies very well, but you don't allow people to do the same to you. It's like you keep a part of yourself locked away. You like to, you see how beautiful it looks, as if she has these gems and these cosmic things behind her. And it makes me feel that, oh, she was such a great poet, by the way, guys. So simple. Sagittarius, by the way, Sagittarius Sun, Emily Dickinson. But we have here Virgo and Sagittarius. So you're a very interesting combination of contradictory energies in your birth chart. Fire and earth, water and air. Things that don't easily mix well, but nonetheless, they support one another. Water signs need the rationality of air signs. Air signs need the empathy of water signs in order to become complete, whole individuals, to have better opportunities in life and to have better relationships to a certain extent. Earth signs provide fire signs with a lot of stability on which they can chase their dreams and go on the next adventure, while fire signs bring a lot of passion and energy and spirituality to an earth sign's life. Sometimes earth signs can be bogged down by routine and responsibilities and, you know, like obsession with material things. And fire signs are like, you're more than just your things. You're a spirit having a human experience. Wake up. Let's have sex. That's kind of the energy, you know, that I'm getting from fire signs coupled up with earth signs. So you have these energies within you. These energies are communicating in this way inside of you. And what comes out is what people love about you, because they don't know what will come up next. You're so brave. You're a path opener, a pioneer. And I feel that people are like, what has X said, but that's a very weird way of anonymizing you. What has Courage Crew been doing recently, you know? And the thing is that they don't know what to say, because it's like last week they traveled to Patagonia. This week they're actually volunteering in New York in our local neighborhood for the Red Cross, and I think they're writing a book as well. Next year they could travel to Mars, you know, who knows? we're all sitting, waiting and watching as we live our normal everyday life. It seems that Courage Crew, you know, my Thyme Crew over here, is exploring, charting new territories, taking bold leaps of faith into the unknown. So let's see right now what your oracle cards have to say. We have here as well Dragonfly. Yeah, exactly. You go to the next flower's nectar. And I think dragonflies, if I'm not mistaken, they don't live for too long. And they emerge out of the water-based environment, and then they live mostly in an air-based environment. So I feel that also there was a transformation in your systems of beliefs, and the things you cared about when you were younger are very different than the things you care about right now. People have seen this glow up, this change, this transformation, and it's mystical. They adore it. They wish they could have the cojones that you had to change, you know, the ovaries or the balls that you had to change. So we have here, everything is going to be fine. Your courage is inspiring a lot of strength in people's hearts to help them overcome their daily fears. I think you're vital for people in this time. I think on the contrary, you need a lot of rest, you know, because people might have been sucking from your energy quite freely because you have so much energy. You have a lot of energy in spades. But at the same time, I think that you should conserve it better. We have here Venus, yeah. So we're going back to the Libra interpretation. You guys are an interesting mixture of Libra and Aries. You could be, let's say, like in my case, I'm a Libra ascendant, but I have an Aries North Node conjunct Jupiter. So that energy in my chart tends to overpower my soft but rather weak Libra ascendant compared to the energy of Jupiter, the expansive force in my chart. I think I'm getting a little bit tired, guys. That's why I'm tripping over my words. So bear with me a couple more seconds because I have the Enchanted Oracle card. I do think that what I'm picking up here is also connected to this energy of you knowing when to shut up, knowing when to retreat, knowing when to rest. People love the way you take care of yourself. Self-care is such a priority for you. And it's like you won't budge, you know, you won't move for anyone. If some people tell you need to work overtime and exhaust yourself, otherwise you're not going to be working here anymore, you're like, I'm not going to be working here anymore, thank you. I'm going to go and take care of myself and then find a better job that doesn't treat me like a slave. So that's the energy you have. Self-respect, self-worth, inner and outer beauty, and people love that about you. You had 2 more cards that dropped to the table. You could be a little bit messy as well. I'm feeling quite messy in your reading as I'm tapping into your energy. But here's the thing, people love that. It's kind of like you activate a lot of controlling and domineering people that like to, you know, nothing triggers a controlling person more than a person that is super messy. It's like, oh, I want to organize you and brush your hair and make you look perfect, because that's their thing. That's their shtick as a controlling person. They like to control, you know, and you are just very enticing. You're very beautiful, very flowing, and, you know, things might drop around you. You're definitely not dirty, you know, it's just like creative messiness. It's like you put things where they shouldn't belong. You drop your clothes on the floor, things like that, you know. But I'm getting a sense that people really love the fact that we have here toadstool 33 and strange fruit. Yeah, you're delicious, very enticing, like some sort of like mysterious type of nourishment. And the keywords are embrace your differences and secrets revealed. Ooh, you could be holding a lot of secrets. People love that about you, that you're a little bit mysterious. You're a little bit of a contradiction with embrace your differences. What I said earlier, you know, earth and fire maybe in your chart, or air and water, or a combination of all of these elements. And you need to find a way to fine-tune them in your interactions, you know. So you could be very soft and then you could be very loud all of a sudden, because you're bringing up from your astrological birth chart all of these different entities, all of these different ways of expressing yourself. And you should be doing that, because that's why you were given this birth chart, to express the many polyphonic ways in which you are you, complex, beautiful, inside and out. That's what I had for you, group 3. I need to stop here because my cat is getting a little bit anxious. I need to go and feed her. I hope you can feed yourself too, my beautiful Thyme Crew. So yeah, let's just hang out again in my next PickACard reading, okay? Sending you lots of love. Ciao.